We have a lot of trouble in the world today because we have introduced a lot of false ideas that we keep feeding. And these false ideas are a lot in our science and our religion, which are our two authorities of life on earth, religion and science. And yet at the same time, everyone has their own idea of what's going on earth. So we have to take certain ideas that have roots of truth that go way back into the lineage of time, that are inherent truths or laws that correspond to many traditions and many religions and many aspects of science. If we want to get peace, we're the ones that have to find peace in ourselves. We have chaos in the world, and this chaos is destructive, and it's about a lot of anger and fear and competition and rivalry and one against the other. But in order to get peace, we have to find it within ourselves first. Meditation is an art. Meditation comes from religion. There are true religions and there are false religions. And there are 6 major religions, yet of those true religions, they teach the soul how to find God within oneself. It's not about joining our club and being a club member, but you can do that if that makes you feel good. Usually, if you're doing that style, it's more about emotionalism of God or thought-provoking ideas about God rather than soul qualities within God. So make sure that if you have a religion, that they're teaching and educating you to go deeper and deeper within yourself to find God, because those are true religions. Science today, it changes its mind a lot. If we trace science back, it formulated its ideas more in the last 200 years, and yet it's studying life in a test tube. It's instead of biology. But the greatest aspect to understand science is in one's behavior. And when science starts to understand behavior mechanisms between self and its environment, then it's on a truer path because it's trying to help humanity. Humanity needs to unite more, but how can it unite if everyone's complaining that their religion is better than the next? If everyone's acting like their country is better than the next? Unification is brought on by discovering developmental ideations or ideas between cultures, countries, and religions. They are known as truths. Application of truths within the self confirm identification with God or spirit further. It's not thought transference or thought-provoking ideations that create God within ourselves. It's stillness that we acquire new thoughts and new ideas. An experiment by science, if we look at that and the beginning of our science and look at Darwinism was more about survival of the species. And we look at the ancient man and we look at the religion and we find the ancient man, the Neanderthal, the Cro-Magnon, the different identifications of these types into what we call the human now, or the human being. And if we look at religious ties converted to science ties, we find that the Anunnaki transversed these ideas of God from the heavens, as they called it, or aliens, which is kind of a touchy subject, into goddesses on the earth and formulated new beings, which is called the human being today. that gets tricky and gets very um, uh, kind of painstaking with some of the religions. So, but it's right there in the Bible aspects of it. And then science of today kind of is trying to mimic some of those transmutation with chromosomes. Science has become a changing apparatus which tries to mimic the idea of God and then says it's going to figure out God. Well, what do we got to wait another 1,000 years for that to happen? I don't think so. This is where we got to combine religion and science. The problem between this is their thought process. Religion is deductive in the mind's idea. That means God is. That means that the universe is. That means that it just is, which is called beingness. Whereas science does the opposite, which is inductive reasoning, which is mini idea, mini idea, mini idea to a big idea to form new thought. And with these new thought ideas that were formed, we get a mixture of chemicals, a mixture of technology into our natural side, which is the religious side, into our matter. So we created chaos because of it. We are part of creation. Man and woman are the last to come along, according to the scriptures, according to other creation ideas. The Iroquois Indians say that God woman or mother woman descended from the sky and dropped into the earth and was created on a turtle, which sounds very odd, but it's mythology and it's hidden messages behind it. And then within this turtle, all the beings on the earth collected different things from the sea to give to the turtle, which mother from heaven or above fell upon, and then fed her in this turtle. And today we have what's called Turtle Island, which is called the United States of America today. And Turtle Island is the supposed island of USA, which every culture has a story as such in a different light, from Fiji to New Zealand to Australia to South America. Yet all these stories are to try to keep the mother alive on Earth. Yet our chemical side and our technological side is beating up Mother Earth. And our Father side, which is in the heaven, which is the ideas from above, have caused interference because man's ideas are getting bloated with technology and chemicals to create different type of human beings. These different human beings are stuck in their reptilian mind or their ancient mind or their back mind, and they don't care about anything. They're just self-aggrandizing people that get stuck on enslavement of their own making. And a lot of that has to do with technology and drugs and chemicals, which is what man made. We can't blame man for his ignorance, but we have to balance it. We have to find a new balance.